Hi, everybody. This is Vinny, and welcome to Complain Time. This is a show we take a moment while the boss is out of the office to talk about some things that really, just quite frankly, annoy us to death. Because you know what they say: when the cat's away, the mice will play. Or in this case, complain about stuff that just drives us all crazy. Now, before we go any further, I want to give you guys an opportunity to hit the subscribe button and ring that bell to be notified so you never miss another episode of Complain Time, as well as other additional content. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special Complain Time here for you guys this week, because today's topic is not chosen by me. It was chosen by the man who is joining me for Complain Time this week. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, from Bucci in the Car, from the Going Live show, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, Mr. Jerry Truman.
What up, everybody? That's right. This time, I get the chance to complain about the things that just get on my nerves. And one of the things that just get on my nerves is bad stuff that goes around at the club. One of the coolest places to party, have a drink, and meet new people. It's also one of the coolest places to dance at. That can all change to a bad experience when you have people running the club do one of the following things that I don't like to see people do is to hold the lineup outside to make the club look cool. If the club inside is not packed and you're holding up the line outside to make the club look like it's a big party inside, you're doing a big disservice to the business. You hope the cars pass by will see the line you hold up, and drivers go, "Oh, the place looks cool to party at." No! All they're going to do is keep passing by and go party at a different place, and you just lose money from people willing to party at your club. Who the hell wants to pull up at a place just to stand in a big-ass long line just to wait for things, especially if the weather is bad outside? Then, when the person decides to let you in the place after holding up the line to make the place look cool, it's last call for alcohol, or it's time to go and you didn't get the chance to party like you wanted to. One of the other things I don't like about the club is when you're a single person at the club and when you're flirting with someone, their boyfriend or girlfriend wants to kick your ass on sight. Most people that come to the club don't want to deal with drama, but for someone who wants to beat up someone for accidentally not knowing the person they're flirting with in a relationship is just wrong on so many levels. It makes the person that wants to fight look insecure. Most of the time, the person that wants to fight is someone that's not officially dating the person you're flirting with. It's someone that's in their feelings. This is something that happens often with younger people at the club, but with older people, it's usually not a problem. Buying drinks at the club for people is the most common thing to do at the bar. The one thing that turns strangers into friends or lovers instantly. Buying drinks at the club for people is all fun and games until the bartender that makes the drink for the person you want to get a drink for gives it to the wrong person, especially if the person is ugly. Most of the time, if you want the bartender to start over and make a drink for the right person you want to buy it for, you have to pay for that drink again. That's more money down the drain after paying for parking and cover to get in.
That costs a lot.
Next thing that sucks about going to the club is when the club does false advertisement. False advertisements such as hip-hop night, and when you get in, it's all old school night, or you get to the club early to get in free because you heard an ad on the radio that said free before midnight, but when you get there before midnight, you have to pay full price cover to get in. That just really changes your night and ruins things. False advertisement makes your guests never want to trust you ever again. Another one that really makes me upset is bad security. Bad security at a club is a recipe for a fatal disaster waiting to happen at the club. Bad security at a club can happen because the bouncer or security guard hates their job, the security guard or bouncer is untrained, or they show favoritism on who gets patted down, whether they care if someone has weapons or outside drinks on them. I hate it when the club owners don't realize the importance of security, because when bad things go down, your business is on the 6 o'clock evening news for all the wrong reasons. And then either two things happen. No one feels safe to come back to the club you're operating, or you have a place that's patronized by criminals. Club staff better pay for good security, because it saves money in the long run.
Sure.
Also, the one problem that ruins a good club experience is when someone throws up all over the place because they can't hold their liquor. If you're that one that can't hold their liquor, do everyone a favor and just only drink one drink or stay the hell at home. Nobody likes it when they're having fun bumping and grinding on the dance floor, and then this one motherfucker just randomly pukes in the area where they're dancing or right on them. That is very disrespectful. In emergency situations, just run to the bathroom and stay the hell inside the bathroom and do your barfing there. Nobody likes it when they get all dressed up to the club and then have to deal with someone throwing up on their $1,000 dress. That ain't cool at all. It ruins it for a lot of folks that came to have fun. Finally, one of the things I hate when it comes to being at the club is being kicked out for no apparent reason. You're following the rules of the club, and then all of a sudden, the security guard just kicks you out for no reason whatsoever. Maybe the security guard thought you was trying to start a fight while you was doing a dance move he never saw, or thought you was throwing up gang signs while you was just pointing up in the ceiling for excitement. Then, the security guard wanted to find any old reason to kick your out the club for pure jealousy. That happens when you come to the club with someone he wished he had. Security guards that kick people out the club for no reason at all have no business working in nightlife. And now, I'm going to turn it over to Vinny to see how he feels. Vinny, how you feel about this?
Well, you pretty much covered a lot of it, but I only have a couple things I wanted to touch on. Like the one thing about, you know, how they have that long line outside, you know, they try to make it seem like the club is bigger than it is.
Right.
Here's the thing that I never understood. Maybe you can explain this to me, because you seem to go to more clubs than I do. One thing I've always noticed is that usually with some clubs, they're like, oh, you're not on the list, you can't get in. That never made sense to me. It's like, every time that's happened to me, I feel like Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman. I'm like, I have money. I have money. It's like, I have money to spend. Why would you deny somebody money to spend at a club? The only time you should be telling people you can't come in is if you're at full capacity and you don't want to piss off the fire marshal. Other than that, why would you have a list to get into a club? That makes no sense to me.
What I'm thinking is that they probably advertised it as a public club, and then now all of a sudden it's a private club all of a sudden on the spot. And that's just really, like I said before, about like false advertising.
Yeah. I mean, why would you lie about that? That makes no logical sense why a club would lie to get people in. It's like, realize once they realize you're lying, they're not going to walk through the door.
Right. I think it's something where it's like, they probably judge you by the outer appearance or something, where it's like, this person right here doesn't look like he's going to be spending a lot of money or so, or that person looks like they're going to be spending more money or something like that.
Yeah. And then you said before, like, they try to say, like, oh, free before midnight, then you walk in and still make you pay a cover charge. I've been to clubs that have done that. But here's the other thing that I don't understand, is that when they do the whole thing with, like, oh, women get in free. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they do that, and then like the guy has to pay money. It's like, look, if the goal is to get more women in the club, first of all, there's two things wrong with that. First of all,
Okay.
you're still gonna have an abundance of wiener in the club. Because when you say women get in free, guys are gonna assume, ooh, a lot of women gonna be at this club,
Right.
so they're gonna go there. You're still the
Right.
guy number's still gonna outweigh the girl number. Also, here's the other problem,
No.
Jerry.
Yeah.
What are the odds, statistically, that when a woman goes to a bar, that she buys a drink? Not has a drink, buys a drink. How often do you see a woman in a club reaching for her wallet?
The odds are really very slim on that one. You're right, because I've heard stories about where they have girls and their girlfriends will actually have a challenge where they leave their wallets at home and everything and see how many guys can just try to buy them drinks and all that.
Exactly. So why would you want to do something to deter the guys from getting into the club? Because they're the ones that are going to be spending the money.
Exactly.
Unless you got some independent woman, and I'm not saying they don't exist, but I'm saying they don't club a lot. I'm just saying they don't.
Right.
Or if they do go to clubs, they go to more sophisticated places. But you very seldom see any woman spending money in a club. I rarely ever seen it. In fact, here's the thing.
I did before.
Oh, you have.
Yes.
I gotta hear this story before I get into anything else. I'm sorry.
I did see some, like a group of women spending money at the club before. They're usually the ones at the VIP and having like their own ladies' night out, and they're probably like ladies where they just have like their own thing going on and stuff.
Okay.
And then they're usually the ones that are usually single and everything, where it's like they have their own stuff together, but just not the man.
Like what you said before about $1,000 dress. Who the spends? I never understood how you spend $1,000 on a dress and wear it to a club like that. Like, first of all, you know people are gonna spill stuff on it. You know things are gonna happen because you're in a club.
I think I
And
know
people
what
are
it
sloppy.
is.
What's up?
Yeah, because basically it's like they have celebrities that come in the club a lot, so they want to try to look nice for them and all.
Okay, well, celebrities, yeah.
But then, not knowing that, they're just really pulling a lot of money out the bank for something they could get at a better value or so.
You can literally go to stores and get ones that look nice at a cheaper price.
Right.
Like, to me, that's the cool thing. Like, I have suits that when I put them on, you've seen, and for anybody out there, you've seen me wear the suit on Complaint Time and Wednesday Wisdom, and you've seen me wear the suit. Hell, I wore the suit when we went to the cemetery. You know where I got that suit? Kohl's.
There you go.
I went to Kohl's and bought a suit, and it still looks great.
And that's how you do it,
And girls still go nuts with that suit.
And that's how you do it. It's ridiculous how people spend their rent money and everything just to throw it all away on something that they're probably only going to wear like once or twice in their life.
Yeah, and guys, you're taking the gamble buying like a $1,000, $2,000 suit to get this girl, to get laid.
Right.
It's probably not going to happen. It might happen, it might not, because the ball's in her court.
Right.
But the one thing that really bothered me the most about clubs, and I'll tell this story.
Okay.
Jerry has heard this story before,
Okay.
but you guys haven't, unless you listen to the Bucci podcast, my podcast many years ago. I told this story. I was hanging out with some friends, and I was at a comedy show, and I was dressed, decent. I looked nice. I can't remember if I was wearing a suit or not. I might have been, but at the time I didn't own dress shoes. I had these regular shoes. I don't want to say sneakers because they weren't sneakers. They were just regular shoes. They had a little bit of a Nike swoosh on them, so I guess they were sneakers, but they looked nice. But they were blue, and they looked great. They looked good. So I went out there, and I did the show. After the show, we were going to go to this after party. And I think it was the
Havana Club?
Havana Club, yes. And I'm putting them on blast. I walk into this club, and I'm looking, and I looked fucking amazing. The only thing that was wrong was my shoes. Because of my shoes, they would not let me in this club. I had money to spend. My whole upper body looked great. Look at my shoes. I'm sitting here going like, at first I thought my grandfather bought the club. Because he has a shoe fetish, my grandfather. It's not a sexual thing. He's just obsessed with shoes because he grew up during World War II in Italy. So he had to wear shoes at all times because there were like bombs literally flying over his head.
Okay.
So every time his parents had to like pick up and run somewhere, and if he didn't have his shoes, and if he did not wear his shoes, he had no shoes no more.
Right.
So he was very big on shoes. So you go out with my grandpa. If he doesn't like the way your shoes look, he may not let you in the house. Like I remember every time I went to visit my grandparents, I would get a new pair of shoes because my grandfather could not bear to look at my shoes. And I literally look at everybody in the house and go, is he serious right now? And he goes, yeah. So we went upstairs, gave me a new pair of shoes that he doesn't wear anymore because he hates it so much. But this guy would not let me in. And he said, all right, you can come in if you buy a table. Now again, I don't know see, Jerry's saying, ooh, because he knows what's going on. I have no idea what he's talking about because I've never been to a club like this ever. But he's saying buy a table. And I'm like, so I'm thinking, okay, how much is the table? By the way, I said $700.
Whoa.
I looked at him like, you. For $700, I better be able to take that table home with me, put it in my studio. Like this, and I'm looking at him, and I'm looking at my friends, and I'm looking at him, and I'm looking at my friends, and I'm like, okay, where's the hidden cameras? Am I being punked? He was dead serious.
Man, that's Buckhead for you.
Long story short, I ended up not going to the club, got in my car, drove home, ranted on the Bucci cast. And then I went to the club. I remember going to the Punchline the next day, and every comic in there was quoting it. I even at one point mid rant, I quoted Dane Cook and said shoes. You do a whole bit about shoes and stuff like that. So I was so mad, but that made no sense to me. No, who is looking at shoes? Jerry, you go out.
Right.
I'm trying to find a clean
right.
way to say this, and you know, you're the people you go out with is a large spectrum.
Right.
You know what I mean. I'm trying to clean this
right.
up. I'm trying not to be
a variety.
Exactly. You like you're a variety kind of guy.
Right.
Have you ever looked at somebody's shoes and that did it for you?
Nope, and I can actually mention that there were some other people that didn't even look at shoes, but that's just for those other variety of people or so. It just
I don't
get it for like
okay, I'll just say
like with the ladies or something.
Yeah, the variety. Let's just say the variety that I tend to go for. Don't care about their shoes at all. Never cared. It's like, oh, I need shoes to match my purse. Why? I'm not looking at either one of those. I don't give a about your shoes. I don't give a about your purse. The dress, yes, I understand dress, hair, makeup. I get that. We're all in agreement. Your shoes do not have to match the purse. They don't even have to match the dress. Like, just look sexy. That's it. Like,
I think I know what it is. It's like when they usually go out, they're trying to impress their friends more than trying to impress the guys.
Which
so
is
it's like
stupid. They're your
exactly.
friends. If your friends are going to not be your friends anymore because of how you dress, you need new friends. I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, for 12 years, we've been the best of friends.
Very best
of friends. And Jerry, I say this with all due respect.
Okay.
In the 12 years we have been friends, I have not given a single how he dressed.
So he is actually.
Yeah. You know what? That's how mad I was. I flipped the phone. I flipped the script. It went upside down. We're flipping the script. I have never given a single how he dressed. Not once. Not once.
He never has, though, because I've dressed in like a whole variety of ways.
Yeah.
And I've even had like a change of clothes before in the car, and it was like.
Here's the thing. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to be clean on this show, but it's complaint time, so I can be blunt and honest. Do you know why? Do you want to know why I don't care how he dresses? You want to know the reason why? I'm not trying to him. That's why. I don't care. That's why I don't care how he's dressed. I'm not trying to sleep with him. So I don't care.
These are all the things that I don't like about the club.
But anyway, actually, hold on. I can see my boss is making his way up the stairs. Oh, crap. So that'll conclude complaint time for today. Special thanks to my good friend, Mr. Jerry Truman. You can find him on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all over social media. I'll have links to that in the description box. So before we go, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and ring that bell to be notified so you never miss another episode of Complain Time, as well as other additional content. Check back soon for a new episode. And until then,
Stay social.